No porn tonight.
There's a Zoom user in here.
Dude, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
God, this is new for you, huh? I'm actually scared because they'll get in that you're new to the game.
Here we go.
If
Here we
anybody
go.
if anybody
I'm
looks
vlogging.
like kind of odd,
We're starting our Recover
They're-
Out Loud meeting Tuesday night. We got Alexander in the house.
You guys, can you guys see Shane?
We got Natalie in
It's
the
like
house.
literally
We got
ridiculous.
Shannon in
He's
the
got
house.
a
There we go.
vlogging stick.
Tuesday
and
night
he's-
meeting, baby. Tuesday night meeting. Oh, we start yet?
Yeah, you see all the
Tuesday
people.
not
night
see
meeting.
people
Everyone's
on the
hooking
screen?
up. Everyone's hooking up. Let's go.
Natalie literally created a monster when
I?
she started vlogging.
no. You
Can we
created
move
this.
Can we move the net numbers over the thing so we can say hi to everybody? Hi, Coach Kristen. Hi, Matt. Victor.
Yeah,
Jennifer.
Shannon
Chuck.
is
Oh
in the
yeah,
house.
Shannon is for sure in
Yeah,
the house.
Shannon's
God,
in
I
the
forgot
house.
about that. Way to go.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where
Shannon
you're
is
at.
here.
Shannon is here.
When
Shannon is
he's
here.
vlogging, he's Shannon.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah.
Shannon Elizabeth. That's my name, Shannon Elizabeth. Hi, Vanessa.
Joe B, you can't hear anything? Where are you? I don't see you.
Wait,
Can
what?
you hear us? Can everybody else hear us? I feel like I'm yelling.
Yeah, they can hear us. She's nodding her head.
I don't know why I was yelling.
Yeah.
Jennifer. Then we got Joe B. We got. Keep going.
Vanessa. I see
We need
one
names.
somebody's name is just observe. No, I'm just kidding. They just probably want to observe the meeting. Like to be a goofball.
Loud and
We
clear,
got the
baby.
CSC program in the house.
Yeah, we do. Looks like there's
How are
two
you
of them.
guys
Yes.
doing?
Hi, ladies.
Front and center. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Stoked.
I invited like 3 or 4 people.
You
One
did?
was a female, and she was looking for a sponsor. I mentioned Natalie's name. I said she was open and free. She got very excited. She said, I'll be there.
Oh, the observed person said, I don't know how to change that. Haha. Name is actually Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Hey,
Hi,
Nice
Melissa.
to- nice
It's
to meet
okay.
you.
In Zoom meetings, I don't know how to do the hand thing. So the
4
fact
years
that you
this
guys
month.
have it
Vanessa
It's not
Potatoes.
hard to do this
Fine.
Liani.
hand thing.
on
Yeah.
the phone.
Yeah, you just tap it and then that little thing
Here?
pops up.
Oh.
And, yeah.
See.
I see Chad and Amy.
Chad and shout out to Chad and Amy.
Yeah,
Amy, I appreciate you.
they show up to our in-person
You too,
Recover
Chad.
Out Loud meetings. Chad's got a great name. You
Victor.
know,
Oh
it's-
gosh.
Victor, you were out to here and you didn't come by and see us. That's no bueno, bro.
Yep.
I say we.
Victor.
Wait,
I
Victor
s-
was out
he
in
was-
town.
He was in
like
Ventura.
Los Angeles.
Oh, that's far, bro.
No, it's not that
Yeah,
far.
it's like a
It's
whole
a couple
nother
hours.
state.
I say, you know what?
I wouldn't roll all the way this deep either.
For punishment, I say we kick Victor out for 1 meeting. We penalize him.
You're
I'm just saying.
a fool.
Someone's got to pay the Pied Piper.
No,
No?
I'm with Victor.
Okay, I vote kick out. Who else is on with me? No?
one.
No one? All right. Victor, you can stay.
Shannon is out of control.
I'm just saying.
Just want to be clear that
Hard to pull up with a fire truck.
Oh my
he was
God,
fighting fires. Oh,
my
man.
God.
Oh, damn, bro. All
Victor.
right. Good for you then, man.
This
Oh,
is
now I-
Damn, you should
now I
have said
feel like
yeah.
a heel.
Exactly, you should.
Now I feel like a
You're a
complete.
dick.
Well, I would go that far.
I would.
I feel like a big dick.
uh,
You're.
I'm out of control. Shannon is out of control here.
okay. Let's get this meeting started.
let's reel it back in.
Really quick, guys. Quick friendly reminder that Shane is from Canada. He doesn't understand American rules, traditions, and all that good stuff, and he may or may not say inappropriate things,
Yeah, I
and he
apologize.
may or may not be nude on last week's vlog. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, stop it, Matt! Stop with
Thanks,
the Shane
Victor.
is the
Thanks,
MVP.
Victor. I love you too.
stuff.
No,
Victor.
Matt.
Like, no.
Victor, I love you
Matt,
guys.
reel it back.
Chuck,
in.
I know you're thinking it, Chuck. Chuck,
We-
I know you're thinking it. I love you too, Chuck.
Oh, damn it!
Joe, I know you're
Shane
thinking. See, I
wasn't
knew it.
nude. He was nude. He was nude.
I was in the shower. You just didn't see because my voice.
I actually no, but Victor, you should have actually hit us up because we could have like brought you something, whatever you needed while you were out here.
Yeah, we would drive up to
Yeah,
you
for
we
sure.
were driven
if
up
you
to
were
you,
fighting
bro.
fires
Yeah.
for us crazy Californians.
That's huge.
Let's get this party started, guys. Just really quick. I'm just gonna do a real quick reminder why the Hopeaholics podcast exists.
I think I should do it. You always do it.
Go ahead.
So 9/11, 2022.
Yep.
Chad lost his son-in-law to a fentanyl poisoning. Woke up to the screams of his daughter, who found her loved one dead, and has since started a recovery herself. Actually,
Yeah.
started her own program.
She's she struggled. She just told me. You guys will get to hear some of it on her and I just started a podcast called
That's awesome.
Spit and Image. It's a short 20-minute podcast that's going to drop one episode every week. It's
Nice.
about our addiction and our recovery and everything in between.
Yeah. So out of that great pain came this incredible platform that we have to save hundreds of thousands of lives, if not millions. We're touching.
Yeah.
So it's really quite a miracle. There's always a reason for something. You just have to find it and figure it out, and God will lead you to that reason if you allow Him to.
So my daughter Aurora is the one who found the love of her life dead, and she is actually with Justin's dad today. It's Justin's dad's birthday, and she's out to dinner with him up in LA. So, prayers his way. He's still struggling with the pain of the loss. It was his only child, and yeah, not a good time for him.
No.
But that's why we exist. That's why this platform exists, is we want to offer hope to everybody that's out there still struggling.
Yeah.
We want to offer hope to, the family members that have lost loved ones. This is for everybody, man. This meeting's for, you don't have to be an addict. You don't even have to be in recovery. Join us, because we all know what it feels like to hurt inside.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. All right, man, let's
Yeah.
pass it on to Alexander, man. We got
Yeah,
a good speaker tonight. He's got some fucking badass tattoos. I can tell you that right now. A little jealous of all of his tattoos, and he's got a nice hairline tattoo too, man.
Thank you.
Alexander, you're up, man.
All right. Thank you. Well, yeah, my name's Alexander. I am in recovery. I'm happy to be here. Thanks, you guys, for
Thank you.
having
Thank
me.
you for coming.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I shouldn't be sober, right? Like, if there's anybody that shouldn't be sober, it should probably be me. This wasn't in my cards or like my plan. Because drugs and alcohol were like, they weren't looked at as a bad thing for me growing up. It was like, that's how you paid rent. That's how, like, like my mom had her struggles. It was just something that was always very, like, prevalent. It was always around, and we never really stayed in one spot long. Just I wasn't a good kid, like, as far as school and all that kind of stuff. So I started drinking and using probably when I was like, when I was 9, and I had an older sister who had, like, friends that would come over, and they got me drunk or whatever, and we would smoke weed and smoke cigarettes, and I just never wanted to stop from there. I always felt a little bit different than everybody. I guess a lot of people feel that way, and I hear that a lot, that people feel different, but I always tried to, like, mask it. And once I got that head change and I felt like I didn't have to be different because I could just be myself, like, I could care less what you thought or what anybody thought, because it was just comfortable for me to be loaded. And once I found it, that was it. That was all I cared about. We became homeless when I was 14. And I was the only one kind of at the age where it was like, look, I can drop you off at Orangewood, or you can just keep on doing what you're doing and handle your business, And I was like, all right, moms, I'm cool. Like, let's do this, So I just, from that point forward, it was either like, sell drugs and make money, or steal, or whatever it was. And I did that, and a lot of things came with that. Juvenile hall, all that as a kid. And then I found opiates when I was like 11, maybe 12, something like that. And, first it was like pills. One of the people's moms that, one of my good friend's moms, she would have, like, she had, terminal cancers, like tumors and brain stuff. And we would take her pills and I don't know, man, there was something something about opiates that just churned something in me, and I didn't care about the consequences, you know. I found heroin around like 14, and once that I know it sounds weird and maybe it's bad or whatever, but like to me, like slamming heroin was like, it was like being hugged by an angel. Like everything I felt, it was like a weight on my chest. It would be like just this warm hug, and it was like I could be sleeping under a bridge at 14, or like Christmas Eve alone under, you know what I mean, just in the street, and I was cool. I didn't need nobody, right? And I learned how to hustle, so I thought I was okay, you know. I thought I mean, I had money, I had drugs, and I'm not saying like I was like, you know, Chapo or something, but like I could make my own way, and I figured that out real young. Like I could always make something shake, you know. So regardless of my situation, like I could always make something happen, and take care of myself because I had to. So for me, it was I never really looked at it just trying to get to the point of like I shouldn't be sober. I never really looked at it as like a bad thing. I looked at like drugs and the street life as like jail and eventually county jail, and then eventually stretches in prison and all these things. I looked at it like an occupational hazard, right? Like a cop pulls up to a car window and he could get shot in the face. That's his occupational hazard. A construction worker working on a roof can fall off and die. My occupational hazard is I go to jail, right? And then, but I would rather like have that money in my pocket. I promised myself something when I was a kid, and I was homeless under this bridge, and I was sitting there and I was going, look, I don't care what I got to do, but I'm never not going to have a place to sleep, right? And I don't give I don't know if I can cuss, but I don't give a fuck what I have to do, but like I'm not going to do this ever again. No matter the situation, I'd rather be in a cell, you know, than be out here. So I did that. And yeah, I hurt everybody. You know, I thought I was only hurting myself, but I did a lot of bad stuff. You know, gangs are a part of my story. I couldn't stay out of jail no matter what. I got 6 years my first time. I think I was 18 or 19. Came out, went right back for another. I got 32 months with 80%. Stretched that out. And all that stuff is just to say, like, even when they would put me in there, like I'd kick dope in the county jail for, you know, I'd go in there and I'd know like I'd get out. It wasn't like am I going to go back to jail? It was just, when am I going to go back to jail? Right. Like I wouldn't check in. I would just be strung out from the gate. Like it was what it was. And I would kick, and there was never no like thing in my head, like, oh, I'm never doing this again. Mm-hmm. It was just like, as soon as somebody comes in with something, like I'm getting something sent in, or I'm, you know what I mean? And so, it never really like dawned on me that like I could live a different life, right? Like that's what I mean, is like I never even had the thought of like I didn't even want to, like, if you told me like, look, you're gonna have a job and not be loaded and not go to prison, I'd be like, that's fucking lame. Like I don't want that shit. Like I don't want to picket fence, and I don't want any part of that. Like if you get up and go to work every day, I thought you were a fucking idiot, you know? Like, and that's just me, just being honest, you know? Like then, like, so I never even had a shot to where it was like, okay, that's a life that I would actually want to live, where I'm not like hurting everybody, I'm not being a piece of shit, right? And what happened is that I got out of prison the last time, and I had this parole officer that was like, I went in there and I just got released. I'm coming over the Grapevine and I'm getting loaded. I'm slamming in the car on the way over the Grapevine, and I hadn't even checked into parole yet, and I'm on high control parole, so I got to check in within 24 hours. So I'm like, fuck. And I get in there and he's like, hey, can you test for me? And I was like, nah, I'm dirty from the institution. And he's like, all right, you think if you could come back in a week, like you could test? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking, and he's talking to me, and I'm fucking, you know, my thing was heroin and meth. I like to slam. That's what I loved, you know, so he's talking to me, and I'm like, you know what, man, fuck this. Before it gets too bad, I just told him, you know what, man, like straight up, like if you're going to trip on me getting loaded, like I've been slamming since I was 15 probably. And like, and nothing's ever stopped me. Prison hasn't stopped me. Fighting a life sentence hasn't stopped me. Like it hasn't, dying hasn't stopped me, you know? So like being on life support in front of my mom, like that shit hasn't stopped me. So that you're not going to stop me, you know? So if you are going to be trying to get me in trouble for this, like just lock me up now before I get too bad and I have to kick on a concrete floor, you know? Like don't be a dick about it, you know? Like, and I'm just telling him that like, cause I'm loaded, you know? And he's like, you think you can keep a job? And I'm like, man, look at my record. I got 4 sales cases. I've never had a job in my whole life, you know? And he's like, well, you think you could get one? And I was like, I could try. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna give you a week, and if you can find somewhere that will give you employment, I'm not gonna trip on you using, because I mean, fuck, man, like it was after the laws had changed. So he's like, I'm not gonna trip. He's like, if you can, if like it is what it is. If you come with dirties, cool. But if you could keep a job, you stay out of your neighborhood, like I'll give you a shot. Well, what ended up happening is like I stayed out of trouble, cause like I was like, fuck, I can like wiggle. You know what I mean? Like he would come to my house and find plastics and rigs, and he would just be like, he would tell the gang, you know, like, well, what do you think when we're gonna find if we come to a guy who's telling me he's getting loaded? Like, we're gonna find shit. As long as we don't find scales and shit, like, let him be. Well, I had never been out that long. So it got to like 13 months, 16 months, I'm out of jail, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, I had never, like I said, did dope my whole life, but most of the time I was incarcerated, you know? So it's like, I was strung the fuck out, you know? And like, I was like, holy shit, you know? Like, this is bad. And that just kept happening. And then he let me off. He didn't really let me off parole. He sent me to the Phoenix house over there in Santa Ana, and right down the street from my house, and they would like let me go home for a couple hours, and I would just go get loaded, you know? And they were driving me to the methadone clinic every day, and I got in a fight. Something happened, like whatever happened, and I got kicked out after like 21 days. Well, he had retired, and I got a new parole officer, and she was just pretty much like, look, dude, you never been off paper since you were like 13. You know, you have all these dirties, but like he wasn't tripping on it. If you can stay out of trouble for the next month, I'll just give you your discharge paperwork, and we'll see what happens, you know? So I get off parole, and I'm like, fuck, you know? Like, it was almost scary, you know? I'm like 30 years old, and it's the first time I ever, like, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And it just got worse from there. I ended up, all kinds of crazy shit happened, but I kind of ended up, heroin left, and fentanyl hit. And I could always make shit shake with heroin. I loved it. Like, I'm telling you right now, and this is just me saying it, if there was still good heroin, if there was still heroin, I don't know if I'd be sober. Like, that's just the truth. But fentanyl, it's a whole different monster. And it's like a whole there's nothing fun about it. There's nothing like good about it. Like, you're either sick or you're asleep, and it doesn't matter how much you do. And you could be strung the fuck out, and if you haven't used all day and then you use, there's like a huge chance of you dying. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and it doesn't matter if you've been doing it for months. Like, you know, so it scared the fuck out of me, and I stopped being able to make shit shake, because I was, you know what I mean? I stopped being able to like provide for, and my shit just went downhill, you know? And yeah, things just didn't go good. I ended up like living in the tattoo shop I was working at when I never had done anything. Like, I always had cars, nice cars. I always had like either in jail or nice stuff, you know? And I'm like, all my shit, I had a BMW X5, and all my shit's just packed in it, and I'm living in the tattoo, but I'm good, you know? And yeah, it just got really bad. I ended up whatever, you know, criminal shit. I ended up getting another apartment, and but during that time, I started hanging out with a couple people that, like, most of the people I was kicking it with now, like, none of them use drugs. So I was the only one that would like party, and I had to like keep it separate, you know? My best friend knew, but none of the girls that we were around, or no, like, nobody really knew that, like, I mean, I'm doing fentanyl and meth like on a fucking regular basis and trying to act like I'm not, you know? Yeah. So I started to see that, like, people that were even like me or whatever could like live a normal life and work, and I would think they were lying like a motherfucker. Like, I'd be like, how the fuck do you go to tattoo all day and you don't have like something to get you through the day? You know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking way you're lying, you know? How do you party all night with us, like, drinking, and then you go to sleep, you wake up? Like, my best friend, I would just stare at him like, how he would drink 2-3 days straight, then the whole week be sober and tattoo the whole week, and I'd just be like, bullshit, like, what you got in there, you know, like, you know? And but I started to see that, like, there was normal people, and it would trip me out. Like, for a whole year, like, I'd just be looking at them like, what in the there's no way, you know? And I had met somebody, and not for any other reason except for I just got this feeling. I remember talking to my mom, because my mom's been sober 11 years now. After she went to like prison, she went to federal prison, and she just was like, man, fuck this. I don't know how you do this, but fuck this, you know? And she's been sober 11 years. But I just remember telling her, like, I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel like I could be something better. Like, I want to be something better than like and I don't know, and I was so new to it that I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like, I don't even know what better is, but it gave me like a spark. And obviously that shit didn't end up working out because I was fucking lying and being a piece of shit, you know, doing dope, which normal people that are successful, they don't want that around them, right? So, but it like sparked that, like, what the fuck? Like, I just had never felt that like something out there was more possible for me, you know, like that away from that. Like, I thought I was just going to die like old and going to prison and selling dope. I was just going to try to find a better way to do it and not get arrested. And then, yeah, I don't know, a bunch of things happened. And I'll get to the better part of it now. A bunch of shit happened, man. And I ended up dying and I totaled cars and just, I ended up just asking for help. And I went to get help. And I went to like a low bottom indigent shit and I kicked for like 90 days straight. Right. And I mean, sick as fuck. Like, I mean, like snot for 90 days, chills, shaking. And, but I just was done, you know, for the first time in my life. Like, I remember, like, and I'll just say, like, I'd be crying for like the last year when I just be like, man, look, with a bunch of dope in front of me, like, if I could just get 2-3 days away from this shit and I could get that little separation, like, I'll be straight. Like, I don't care what I got to walk through. I'm going to get through it just so I could get away from this shit, you know? And once I went in and I finally just said, fuck it. And I went into the little thing and the detox. And then I went into this place called Anaheim House. If you want to get loaded, that you could get loaded there. I mean, there's no house managers. It's like just 6 dudes in a house, like indigent. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, and I went there because like I needed it, you know? And I kicked and I went through it. And then I started seeing, like, I don't know. I finally made it through that little portion and which seemed like a fucking lifetime. But I had been through horrible things, you know? So I was like, if I can get through this, you know? And every day I would just look at it like I was closer to being, because if I would have known in the beginning that it was going to take 90 days to 4 months, I probably wouldn't have made it. But every day I'd be like, oh, I'm closer to this being over. I'm closer to this being over. And I made it. And now I can't even imagine. And my whole thing was I wasn't planning on getting completely sober. I was still going to drink and smoke weed. You know, I just thought like, oh, I'll just get away from this shit. And then once I got away from it, I was like, man, I don't need none of that, you know? I got like really big into like, it sounds funny as hell coming from me, but like meditation and like prayer and just kind of not, well, like, I guess maybe not what most people, my creator, right? Just getting close to my creator. I've always believed in like manifestation and things like that, but I would just use it, I guess, in the wrong ways. But that's what's really kept me. You know, I do a program or whatever, you know, like I do a 12-step program. I got around a lot of good people that took me in, that I didn't expect to take me in, that were super cool with me, that like it was almost off-putting at first, right? But that's what I needed. And I've just been able to build this life that like if I was to plan it, or if you would have told me 2 years ago or whatever that like, hey, like this shit is going to be where you're going to be living at or what you're going to be doing, like it just I wouldn't have been able to plan it, you know, or it wouldn't have turned out this way. And I said all that to say, like, if there's people out there that don't feel like that there's a way out of what they're doing, or that they can't even see the end of the light, like or they're struggling in any way possible, like if I can do it, or if I don't know how I did it, you know, it's something bigger than me. It has to be something bigger than me with like the people that have been put in my life and all that. But like if I was able, if my creator, if whatever's out there looked out for me and was able to put things in my path to like get me to where I am today, like there is no way that they can't, you know, as impossible as it seems, as bad as the things are against you. Like I know what it feels like to like not think that there's a way out of your addiction, right? Like I know what it feels like to just know, like just to be like, I'd rather be dead. Like I'd fucking rather die than have to go a day without this, right? Like that feeling goes away. Like other things come in that fulfill that hole in your chest, that fulfill that like waking up where it feels like you can't breathe because your chest is so tight that you have so much anxiety that you don't know what the fuck is going to happen tomorrow, happen 5 minutes from now. And the only thing that's going to help it is getting loaded, right? Like I know what that shit is, and it gets better, and there is a way out of it. And obviously these guys are trying to help you with the way out of it. You know, there's a lot of help out there, even if it's not addiction, if it's like mental health things and whatever, like there's help. And as long as you keep your head down and just realize, I'm not going to say you. What worked for me was keeping my head down and just acting like I didn't know shit and taking advice from people that I thought if I would have seen them in the streets a year prior, I would have thought they didn't have anything to offer me. And I just took their advice because they had something and were living a way that I obviously knew nothing about, you know? So that's about it.
Wow.
Amazing.
Really good, bro.
It's really fucking good, man.
I mean,
Well, what do you mean? The guy came from the street. He shouldn't have made it. He shouldn't have got off the neighborhood. The guy's a lifelong criminal, or should be a lifelong criminal, lifelong hood. You know what I mean? Should like
Well, it
like
just
he
goes to
said,
show that
in and
there's-
out of jail his whole life.
But this disease doesn't discriminate. It doesn't. Your story I completely relate to,
Completely.
but grew up totally different than you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we all struggle with the same thing, you know.
100%.
But I love it because really, to me, what I took from it is like, we're uncomfortable, you know. And that's where it's at. We're uncomfortable in our own skin, in our own thoughts, in our own head. So like we're constantly chasing something to fill that. And once you can become willing and surrender, like, I have no idea what I'm doing and I am lost and I need help, and you surrender and you find your higher power, mine is God. That's all you need. Don't have to worry about anything else. Put your head down. You and him do the work, and shit all of a sudden is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what's wild. And that's what's crazy. The only thing that I was like, you know, when you mentioned the analogy of like feeling like you felt like a warm hug from God or whatever,
it was heroin.
angels.
Heroin.
I'm like, that's the devil, bruh.
Yeah.
On the flip side, because the more that I'm in this like program and the more that I see it, it's like, no, to me now, I'm like, that's literally like the devil's playground, is like pulling on our soul at those like low moments, you know. God is like full of love and giving you everything good.
Yeah. I would agree. I'm saying I think the analogy I meant was like if you could imagine.
Oh, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm on this like,
Spiritual.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And so it's like anything that's good, because we tell ourselves lies.
Well, I mean,
You know?
when you whatever your drug of choice is, and like, I got that same feeling when I went the first time I shot meth.
Oh, that's a good feeling too.
Oh yeah, because
that,
and that's
that
that's
one-
what keeps you in the game though.
that,
That's what you're
that
chasing.
one right there.
And it's never like that again.
No, and it's not.
Crazy.
And I will say it was like it when I relapsed once, but it lasted way shorter of amount of time, and the fucking insanity was refunded in full.
Yeah.
But I can relate to so much of your story too, because I lived some of your life for a short period of time, but I also grew up way different than you. But my addiction took me to the same places.
Oh, for sure.
But what's crazy is the part that you just said, is the fact that like I can't remember a time where I felt comfortable in my own skin from the day that as far back as I can remember. And I feel like I can remember back to like preschool.
Oh yeah, I can remember when
Yeah.
I'm a little kid for,
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
And just being uncomfortable.
Came out the
Uncomfortable.
womb like
Yeah.
that.
That's what I always say. I came out of the womb
too.
uncomfortable
Yeah,
in
bad.
my skin.
Yeah. Just always trying to fit in different for me. Just like when I was a little kid, I thought I was gonna like be a punk rocker.
Sure.
Then like I hit a certain age and I was like, oh no, this isn't cool. I'm gonna be a cholo. Like, but just because I like whatever would make you think that I'm cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm and I'm gonna be the best at it. So when it became to being a criminal, like ain't nobody gonna be more. You know what I mean? So that's just how it.
Yeah.
Just so you won't get close enough to know that I'm fucking
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
And that I'm
Totally.
alone like
Right?
a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like I could. All this shit is just a
facade.
scare tactic. That's all it
sure.
is. And like just to be honest, like and everybody that you see that like me, I'm not gonna talk for everybody, but like 90% of the people, 99% of the people in prison, if you go up and look at all their art, some of it's like that, but it's a lot of sad shit and like oldie songs. And you might look at it and yeah, it's gang stuff, but it's just like, hey, stay the fuck away from here because we're all broken hearted.
For
We're
sure.
all going through shit, regardless of prison. Like you brought up, right? Like what I've learned in this program is like, or what I've learned just being sober is like, I might not have experienced your pain or your childhood, but whatever you experienced is equivalent to mine. My pain is your pain is equivalent because that's all the pain that you've ever known.
Totally.
And it's all the pain that I've ever known. And I haven't like I'd be going into, these things sometimes, and there'd be these old guys talking about losing wives and houses and like their sons, daughters, and I would be like, I can't even fucking imagine having a kid and losing them, right? Like, that pain has to be. But I would look at you in the grocery store, them in the grocery store, and be like, "Oh, you don't even understand how bad it is to feel pain." But I'm judging you.
You know what we all do understand though. At the end of the day, is that loneliness that comes with that pain. You know, that pain that we feel inside, that one that makes us feel lonely.
Yeah,
like nobody else can relate to what I'm feeling right now.
100%.
We all can.
Yeah,
and that's the hope that
like
I want. That's the hope that I want to offer people. But look, man. Today, you're when you walked in with your tattoos, I didn't even think like gang member. I thought maybe he was, but the way you carry yourself today, your tattoos don't seem scary. Cool. You walk in with this like different presence and aura of like, I'm just a tatted dude that fucking is living life and helping people. Yeah. That's how you made me feel when you walked in.
Yeah, that's something to me. It's like filled with the Holy Spirit.
I mean, first off, I didn't look until Shane's fucking doing crazy ass vlogging when you come in, being all loud, and I was just like literally trying to ignore him, and then I turned around to see what the fuck was going on, and it's you, right?
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate your story so much.
It's so good. It's so
You're
good.
gonna help a lot of people, man. God saved your life for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I believe that. I full-heartedly believe that now. So there's got to be a reason I went through all that. Or why not even just me, but why all of us went through all that and lived, because there's a lot of
We're little vessels, little disciples out here.
We all have lost people. Sitting at this table, lost people, especially since fentanyl. So
I've lost
people I consider, like, it gives me chill, but people I consider family,
family,
my best friends, dead. And it's like, why not me? Yeah. And there's a reason.
I actually had that conversation with God about my son-in-law, because, this kid was like a son to me. He's been in my life since my daughter was 14. He lived with us. I took him in, and I asked God, because like I was shortly before I met him, I was out on a run, my last run. And after he died, probably, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, maybe a year, I said, God, why did you take him and not me back then? You know what his answer was? And he actually answered me. His answer was, because I knew if I took him away from your little girl, you would do whatever it takes to get this message out there about this fentanyl crisis and how deadly it is, and offer hope to people that, and start recovering out loud, and showing people that there's actually a different way to live, that we don't have to. Because I was just like you, man. I didn't know that there was any other. I got addicted to meth when I was 13 years old. I didn't know there was any other. I didn't know recovery existed. And if it did, I thought the one meeting I went to, I thought everybody was lying. Yeah. It's like 18 years old. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of that.
No.
Until the pain became so bad that it was enough for God to say, hey, he brought a little angel in and said, hey, usually in the form of the Orange County Sheriff's Department or a judge at the Santa Ana jail. I mean, Santa Ana fucking courthouse.
Yeah.
But man, I just appreciate. I want to open it up to the meeting, because I could keep going on and on for some reason tonight. It was probably the taco that Shane gave me.
Taco.
We had Taco Tuesday tonight here at the office.
Matt, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, family? How's everybody doing, man?
Hi, Matt.
going on, Matt? Grateful, recovering addict. Man, definitely good share, brother. Appreciate you, man, and good to see you. Good to see you on this side of the fence, man.
Yes.
Uh, can definitely relate to a whole lot of it, man. The being in trouble all the time, the prison time, doing 6 straight, coming out and getting right back to what put me there instead of getting better.
Yeah.
But I also did everything I did, man. Got I didn't grow up in gang life, man, but I put myself there because I wanted to be fucking cool, I guess. I don't know. I look back today, man, and I got nothing but just shake my head at myself. Just make stupid decisions one after the other. And most of it was all just to fit in and just to numb the emptiness I felt inside. And being going through all the things I went through and dying myself and being brought back and fucking burning up and looking like Freddy Krueger and coming out of the hospital and getting right back to the same bullshit. And then just one day shit just clicked, man. And I was done. But I did have to remove myself from, I had to get myself away from it, man. I had to go to treatment. And treatment doesn't work for everybody. Some people can do it cold turkey. Not me. I had to separate myself. And I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I did, because I probably wouldn't be here today. Because it was never enough for me. I always wanted more and more and more and more. Could never get high enough, Never wanted the party to stop. I was always the last one awake. Always wanting to go get more of whatever we were doing. So I'm definitely glad I'm sober today to be here, man. And it's beautiful to be able to look back and say, man, three years ago, if you was telling me I would be helping other people recover today, I would never believe it. That's the beautiful part about sobriety, man. Giving back what you got. And everybody just know, man, you can do it. Don't give up on yourself. This world is a better place with you in it, man. I love you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Love you, Matt.
Thank you.
Are you gonna who's up?
What's poppin', guys?
What's poppin'?
Hey.
I saw a sign the other day that said "What's poppin'," and I literally was gonna
you should have
took a picture of it because it was like, and I thought of you. Just wanted to let you know that.
Thanks, guys. You should have taken it.
No.
Just jacket.
Is it hella hard to hear me because it's hella echoey in here?
We can hear you. It's just echoey. That's all.
Sorry. I am currently in treatment. I was supposed to go to Hope by the Sea, but last minute military said, nope, you're going to El Paso instead. So currently in treatment at a behavioral health spot because it's the only way I would be able to go to like rehab for alcohol is I have to go here first, which is so fucking stupid. But whatever. 4 days sober today, unfortunately.
Congratulations.
Because it was a year and 5 months, but
That's all right. You're here. You're back.
yeah.
Hell yeah. You celebrate that shit.
Yeah.
It's
4 days
it's
is a long
amazing.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And getting us back in the rooms is what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's a celebration. So good for you.
Yep.
Thanks, Cam. I appreciate you. I'm so happy to be here. Yo, they're letting me do this. We can't even have our fucking phones here. They're letting me do this because I asked them to be on this meeting until I discharge from here.
Nice.
So I'm hella stoked. And I appreciate your share tonight. you were saying like you never even had the thought of having like a different life, and like a life you'd want to live, and that hella resonates with me because I'm like, damn, like I can live a different life that I actually want to live, you know, and keeping my head down and taking the advice of people because obviously the last time didn't work. Second relapse. And I was like, let me not be such a fucking hardhead and let me sit down and just listen. You know, um, it's been a wild ride here. Never been in something like this before. So it's been a change. I wanted to share with you guys. You guys are the first peeps I've told that I relapsed and now I'm sober again for 4 days. So thanks for letting me share that with you guys. And also, it's been cool because I'm starting to read through the Gospels again in Matthew right now. And
Oh, Joe B, that's your dude.
I already been through like eight fucking chapters already. I have potty mouth, you know, God forgives.
Yeah, he loves us too. I'm right there with you.
And yeah, I'm just hella thankful that they're letting me do this. I got to hear you tonight because I'd be taking notes. But yeah, just thankful for you guys. And also, one question for you guys. Is there any way I can get y'all's the number thing? So maybe like once in a while I'm here, I can use my lovely little payphone and just be like, what's poppin'?
Of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I can't get on the internet. Like, this is the only thing I can be on. I can't like go to text or Instagram or anything like that because they are only letting me on here. So I don't want to like go to other spots. So I can't get the number from anywhere. So if you guys wouldn't mind putting it in the chat or something, I would greatly appreciate it.
Actually, the real Serenity Amore just put our phone number in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thanks, fam.
You're welcome.
And thanks for letting me share. And I appreciate your share.
Don't call too early.
We're up early. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
But we are on the West Coast.
Yeah.
The best coast. No? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only coast.
There you go.
We got Kay. We're a little concerned, Kay. You're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, where you at, Kay?
Kay, where you at? Huh?
Joe B. No, it's Joe.
Oh, it's Joe B.
Joe
sorry.
B.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, last time it was
opposite.
Joe B. Something bad happened.
Yeah.
So.
Don't let them put that on you, Joe.
No, I was unmuted. I didn't want to comment on the best is the West. Remark,
Yeah, I know. That's just
you
because you're from the East. It's okay.
You
You still fuck with the West?
We already know where it started. I'm going to leave it at that.
All right.
It started right here, NWA.
Who's the GOAT?
Not that guy.
Is that Biggie Small?
Oh, come on. Don't even. You're.
No.
Yeah,
Stop
don't,
it.
Joe.
He had
We're
one album.
derailing. Huh?
Guy had one album.
But he had 2, 3, and he didn't need,
Whatever.
any more.
2, 3.
All right, we're not going to get into
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Whatever.
I
What
can't
about-
do this every day.
Yeah.
What
I
about-
do this every day.
What about his
But,
boss? What about his
I-
boss? All right, never mind.
No.
I have so much to say in such
Okay,
a
let's
Do
go.
it,
We'll give it
Joe.
an extra minute. We
The
haven't,
first thing I
we haven't
wanna
even
say-
started the timer yet.
Okay, beautiful. All right, good. The first thing I want to say was to Kristen, if it's okay. It's so amazing you brought up Matthew.
I know.
Right, Nat? Like,
Yes.
you don't understand. Matthew's my dude.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you a little story. Philip asked Matthew why Simon gave him a hard time. And Matthew said, I'm his enemy because I'm a tax collector. So I suppose I'm everyone's enemy. And Philip told him, I was something else once too. But once you find the Messiah, I am is all that matters. Right? So the fact that you came back in, doing the next right thing, that's all that matters, sweetie. That's it. We all have relapse in our story, every single one of us, you know. But step 2, you already know about step 1 because you're here. Step 2, power greater than ourselves. I can't stress this enough. It's the fellowship. Asking for a number is the best thing you could have did. Talk to the people in the rooms because we're the only ones that get it. I got friends on the outside. I could call them and they wouldn't give me good advice. Not at all. But it's the people here that helped me. You know, those guys are playing a completely different game than me right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for them. God bless them. If they're happy, they're happy. But they're not feeling what I'm feeling right now. It's completely, it's hard to explain, right? If there's a wall and two pathways to go, I go right through the fucking wall. That's how I'm going right now, because I'm not sure which side is right, but through the wall, I got God with me, and it's a beautiful thing. So keep doing what you're doing. I relapsed so many times. I'm here now, right? And I had it happens when it happens. Just keep coming. And what the speaker said, sorry, bro. Pain, right? Pain is pain. To compare it would be cruel. I compared it to everyone else's because I didn't think my story was as bad, you know? But I was literally doing what Shane said on a post earlier. I was picking up for relief. It doesn't last long. I couldn't tell you how many nights I cried. Driving home after what I thought was a great night, I cried because I wasn't at peace. I was never at peace, you know, and I couldn't find peace. And I got sober, and the last 2 years have been really hard. Like, I'm in pain from my neck to my knee, you know, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not picking up from it. And if I wasn't in the rooms, I would have ignored the pains. I would have just kept picking up, getting wrecked. I'd probably be dead. But because I'm here, I'm able to address everything. And it's not the end of the world. I'll be okay. I think it all happened for a reason. You know, I had my knee surgery so I could stay home and fix the relationship with my parents. You know, I think I got into a car accident a month and a half ago. I think God was telling me to slow down because I was overdoing it. So I have to look at, there's a reason for everything that happens. As long as I'm breathing, there's a lesson in this. There's an opportunity in this. And I have to keep looking for what it is. And I found, you guys, I want to tell you and give it to you, but I can't. I do my best, but it's just something that's just, I don't know, man. This is the best thing that ever happened. I used to say I'm not grateful to be an alcoholic. People say I'm a grateful alcoholic. I used to say I'm not grateful to be. I hate that I'm an alcoholic, right? I hate that I'm an addict. I hate that I need something and I can't be normal. And then I realized something. If I wasn't an alcoholic and I wasn't an addict, I would have never found a relationship with God. If I was successful, I would have thought it was all me. If I was normal, I would have thought, no, I needed to fucking cry for 25 years. And now I'm the happiest I've ever been. And it's scary, but it's exciting and I love it. And I hope everyone else gets it. And I'm way out of time. I'm sorry, guys, but thank you. Deuces.
I love it.
Great share, Joe.
I love it.
I love it too. The only thing that concerned me is he quoted Shane from a post earlier today. Okay. Should I be concerned?
No.
Natalie?
A great post.
Like, what's going on when freaking people start quoting Shane, dude?
Hey, Kay, how are you?
I just want to thank you guys for all you do. It means so much. You have no idea. I had a week clean, like maybe a month ago. I was making meetings and I got phone numbers. I had 12 years at one point and I relapsed. Alcohol was a yet for me. And so I got these numbers and these women like really rallied around me. They were giving me rides to meetings. They were calling me. I got invited out to like a dinner. And I just chose to pick up. And my plan was to use once and pick up. And now it's a month later.
Yeah.
And I want to try again. That's going to be tomorrow for me. I really got a lot out of what people said. And Shane, you were saying about, not thinking that anybody knows the pain that you have. And that's the way I feel. I have bipolar depression and my meds don't really work. But it could be because I'm active. So I need to see what's going on with that because it's been 6 years. I've been taking meds and using and trying to like get better and it's just not happening. And that's it really. I'm happy to be here. I could have listened, but I wanted to kind of, for there to be more shares. So I raised my hand and I'm here. So I'll say a prayer tonight. They even brought me a basic text. I think I should read a chapter or something.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, read for sure. Read and do some push-ups.
And listen, if you need anything, you reach out to us.
Yeah. I answer the
Thank you.
phone any
Yeah,
time of the day.
exercise is major. And
Major.
what keeps me from working out is I'll use in the daytime. I don't want to get my heart rate up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that week I was
Yep.
clean. I was actually working out.
Yeah.
We'll get back to it.
But good on you for showing up tonight and raising your
Yeah.
hand and speaking on it,
Yeah.
because that's like literally everything. You know, we can hide in the
you.
back and we can hide in the corners and listen
It's a
for all day
start.
long, but
It's
it's
a
a start.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more concerned because 2 people in a row
I said Shane's name.
quoted Shane. Like, what?
I'm on one, bro. I'm
You-
telling you, I'm vlogging a lot. I'm reading. I'm
I'm
vlogging.
vlogging a lot.
Who's next?
Look at that cute bunny in the corner.
Oh,
that? Aw.
my Donna. My Donna's
bunny.
here.
Oh, hi there.
Hi, my seatbelt.
See how she blinks?
Yeah.
Is that like really her blinking when she?
Oh yeah.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
It's my wife.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I know.
it's like
It's
my
his
wife,
wife,
bro.
and,
like
Shane, unbelievable.
Oh, I'm so. Oh, all of a sudden Donna's ugly. I'm sorry.
What?
Well, what? What are you guys talking to me? I don't
Are
understand.
you?
What were you talking about? I'm just going like that. That's how I am.
I know, but like,
What? I just, you guys lost me.
you're a
There.
you're
creep.
crazy.
You guys lost me. There, man. You guys don't.
Like, there's one thing to like to flattery, and then there's another one to like creepiness.
Yeah.
Like,
Creeping
like
on Chad's
you're
wife.
like, do
I'm
you really
creeping on
have to
Chad's
say?
wife.
Donna is.
Oh
Shane-
God, Donna, I'm worried
Hang on,
for you
hang
next
on,
time you
hang
come
on,
to
hang
this
on,
office.
Hang on. Sorry, Donna.
See, like, and then you wonder why.
All right, who's next?
Oh boy, Matt, calm down.
Yeah.
What?
Look at telling Shane is vlogerific.
Yeah, baby.
Matt, don't.
I'm gonna
feed the
use that
beast.
vlogerific.
Donna's out of here. She's
Oh, Donna.
she's out of here.
Oh, she said
She's had
she's leaving.
enough.
No.
Bye,
bro.
Donna.
Donna, I love you.
I love you too.
I don't have any
Who's
feelings
it?
for you.
Is that Chuck Zamzow?
Kylie.
Kylie.
Hi guys.
Hi,
Hello.
Kylie.
So really good share. I liked it a lot. It's funny that you brought up tattoos because I just got a tattoo today.
Ooh.
Some little knuckle tats and like some runes style. It says patience across it. It's kind of weird angle, but it turned out pretty good. I just wanted to say that your share made me think of something that I hadn't thought of in a while. When I was in treatment in 2020 during COVID, which that was not fun, I realized something about myself. And then when I would talk about it, I would find that other people also kind of related to it. But when you grow up, or I'll just speak for myself, I guess. I grew up in, a very, like, drugs were very prevalent in my environment. My parents, their friends, whatever. Lots of stuff going on, lots of criminal activity, just, stuff was really normal. And I think that one of the hardest things for me when I got sober was it's not just, the bad habits that change. You adopt a lot of good habits and you kind of have to figure out, who do I want to be? And then in that moment, you kind of realize, like, you have control of your life, but you don't know what it feels like, I guess. So it's almost like you don't feel like you really do. And I think that, a big part of my recovery is reminding myself that I am in control and that I can do something different than just what feels comfortable, or what feels like most normal, because what's most normal to me is not healthy. And so, yeah, I think that part of my addiction I adopted as like part of my identity, and that was a really hard part of, and continues to be a really hard part of my recovery, is I kind of feel like by being sober, like, and seeing family members or friends that are still in active addiction, or just being in environments, it's like I kind of adopted that as part of my identity, but it's not, and like reminding yourself that that's not who you are, that you can choose like who you want to be. But until you have that aha moment, like, you don't even really realize that, which is kind of weird when you think about it. It's just a thought I wanted to share that I find like really empowering, is like reminding yourself that you're in control, especially if you grew up in an environment that you didn't have control over anything. You're constantly reacting, and experiencing traumatic, having traumatic things happen. And then when you start using, you use to kind of cover that pain up and react to your environment. And being sober is controlling your environment and living your life, not from like a reactive place. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. I really enjoyed it tonight. It was cool. I got a lot from it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great share. You know what I wanted to? We have a group chat on Instagram. It's called the Tuesday Recover Out Loud Zoom meeting. There's a lot of the regulars are on this group chat. If you guys want to be in the group chat, put your Instagram handle in this chat on the Zoom, and we'll add you. Chuck Zamzow's in there, Joe B, Rachel, a lot of people, and they send good stuff, and we just try to support each other in the recovery. What is this? Oh, next.
Yeah, who? I can't tell.
Who is it? Chuck Zamzow?
It's opposite, right? It's, like I'm so used to it being on the left side. It's all on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Throw me off. Chuck.
What's going on, everybody? Man, you guys are talking about East Coast, West Coast. So I'm in the record studio today, and I picked up some Wu-Tang for you guys, for your East Coast people. And then for the West Coast, my favorite guy, Ice-T. I picked up his latest album a couple months ago, and great speak tonight. I can really relate to the gang stuff. I dabbled. I shouldn't say a lot, but enough to say I was an associate with a lot of gang members around the area around here. I'm not saying I was proud of it, but I learned a lot from that culture, I'll put it. A lot of it was, I would say, family oriented. Maybe it might be wrong, but there was a lot of integrity with the guys that I knew. This was in the 90s in the Chicago area, so it was a little different, but because, you had the GDs and the Kings and everything that I ran into, and a lot of other guys. And they always kept asking me, when you going to come home? When you going to come home? And I was like, I don't know, guys. I think I am home right now, so I'll be all right for a little while. Luckily, I didn't go down that path fully, but that's part of my story, too, that I don't talk about a whole lot. And ran into some scary things. That's why I stayed away a little bit, because a lot of them said I was too good to be in it. They said, stay away from it. You're too good, man. You're not for it. So I can relate to that a little bit and relate to the pain. Pain was a great motivator for this guy. It took me to places where I shouldn't have been, and took me to some places I probably should have been. That makes sense. Kind of sucks living in that pain. I don't like that area in my life. And when I feel that pain, it's either I'm going to get through it or I'm going to stick around. And I like to level up when I get to that point. But it teaches this person a lot, and it teaches me a lot about life. And acceptance is the key to that. That's where I get it. I'll share something real quick. And I shared it in a meeting today over where I'm at, and I had trouble sleeping a couple nights ago, and I don't usually do that. And the reason why, I don't know, but I remember coming back into recovery, I couldn't sleep for shit. My head was going 100 miles an hour every time when I laid my head down, and I can relate it back to that. But the thing that I changed a couple nights ago is I got up out of bed, got a piece of paper down and a pen, and wrote down everything that I was thinking about. And I'm not saying it was bad stuff. I wasn't saying I was going to venture off into some land that I was going to relapse or anything, but it was different for me to do that and be able to take care of what's going on in my head and be able to get through that little thing. And it doesn't happen often, but it sucks, and I don't like it. But it's something I want to share about with you guys a little bit tonight. I'm grateful for being here. That's all I got.
We love you, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck.
Who's next?
Kathy.
Kathy.
Yeah. Hi, Kathy Alcohol. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love you so much. Share. I know you're not supposed to think about what you're going to talk about. The thing is, there's just so much. This meeting is so fire, not the kind that destroys and rips parts of life, the kind that ignites recovery and hope. I mean,
There you go.
like we we walk through hard stuff. We can do hard things. And though I didn't do necessarily your drug of choice when you were sharing, you took me right back to incomprehensible demoralization. I felt, I mean, I had the chills with your share. And then, like, Chad, you said you believe you came out of the chute feeling, not fit. And it came to my brain that I don't know that that's how I felt. But every time someone hurt my feelings, I felt a little more out there, out of place, or made fun of me, or put me down for the way I am, or this, that, or the other. And that, Shane, lately, all of you guys talk about God. I love this meeting so much. I know God is real. Like, the way I know is the hard stuff that I'm walking through, and and then I feel like this peace come over me. And I was not on time. I was a few minutes late, and I mean, my heart is just like really hurting, and my chin kitten. And instead of getting all pissed off and everything, I just start laughing, and it was just really beautiful. It was amazing, just like recovery breaks chains, breaks bonds. Anything is possible. There's no way I would be able to go through my dad having dementia and all this other things that I'm going through if it wasn't for recovery. And as you go along, you got to level up, and this meeting is absolutely by far a level up for me. I just everything. No, Matt, congratulations everybody. I mean, I just feel really alive, even though there's some really hard stuff going on. And Grapevine, holy cow, that road is so scary
I know
without doing what
For
you were
sure.
doing. I mean, I grew up down there, and when I'm driving down there, I literally like grip the wheel, like going up and over the Grapevine, because I've already been traveling for 9 hours and it's the end of the road. And anyway, thanks for listening, you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting the good fight. Love you all.
We love you, Kathy. Thank you. Who's next? What do we got? We got 2 more? Who's next? I can't see.
Kevin.
Kevin, are you
you're
there?
up.
Hey.
There you go.
Yes, I'm here. You hear me?
Yep.
Well, thank you guys. First of all, very grateful to finally be able to share. I know I was catfished by Shane/Shannon.
Yeah, you were.
I know, he's sneaky Canadian. All right. No, I want to say that I came across this whole group just throughout my reels on Instagram. I kept seeing Natalie and just all the advertisements, but just to cut it short, because I know I'm limited on time. I took notes from last week because I totally didn't know how to raise my hand. So I do have I'm a recovering addict myself, and will always be for the rest of my life. And I've taken that for granted throughout my entire time. But I have a nephew that is also struggling, and he thankfully is now back in a treatment center. And my prayers go out to him, because I mean, I love my family. My family is my support system, along with my higher power. It's a struggle, and I know just everything that I went through and I put my family through, like it's a selfish disease, and I didn't realize that until I hit my rock bottom, which was multiple times going to jail. But my family never gave up on me, and the people that I pushed out, and there's those people that you have to realize that are your friends or your drinking buddies, and then I had to analyze what do we have in common outside of these situations. But I definitely appreciate the share from the speaker tonight and what he went through, and I just know that like, this disease it's not something that we take for granted. I have introduced this group to my family. My sister-in-law is watching, and awesome. my brother I think was listening last week. I'm not sure, but you guys have really changed my life and in a positive way, and I love everything you guys do and stand for, and just reaching out to you guys even in like the smallest situations. Shane/Shannon is always responding, so and I appreciate you guys' time.
Thanks, bro.
I love that.
Yeah, always here for you, man.
Always.
See you guys that gotta go. Guys, I added a bunch of you to the chat. If you didn't get added, can you shoot us a DM and I'll add you. I couldn't find some of you for some reason when I searched.
Can they jump in themselves or no?
No.
Oh.
I have to add them to that group chat. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That way they can talk to us.
Oh. Okay,
also known as alcohol. Oxy, 11th day of September. Raised hand.
AK.
AK.
I know AK.
BTOH.
Bring us on home.
Bring us home, AK.
Yeah.
Good evening, Hopeaholics. If it's okay with you, I'm going to keep the camera off because I'm still trying to find my voice. And I'm still trying to appreciate the person that looks back at me on the camera. I want to thank the speaker. I'm sorry. I have a bad memory. On August 20th, 2023, I had to fight for my life from the 6th floor of a parking garage to the 4th floor. Sustained a traumatic brain injury, 2 broken vertebrae, and after that happened, I got up and I went after my assailant. I've been on opiates, benzos, THC, nicotine, and anything that will make me feel numb. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night. And the irony of it all, Matt, I apologize. I think that was your name, the speaker?
Alex.
Yes,
sir.
I apologize. It's for
what?
Your story kind of reminded me of End of Watch, that movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. It's very poignant, and it shows me what life is like on the West Coast. And I'm here on the East Coast. I'm born and raised. I'm not going to say my religion, but I am going to say that I am a proud American. And I am so sorry for your loss, Shane, for your family's loss, Chad. I'm sorry, Shane. I'm a little nervous. I don't have substances in my body. So in an effort to try to extend an olive branch, Chad, I gave up opiates on the 11th day of September in 2024. I've been on them for over almost 2 years, and God willingly, I will stay off of it. And I know that that day is a terrible day for a lot of people. It is for me. And so I want to hopefully make it a good day. because if it wasn't for him and you, I wouldn't be alive today. That's all.
That was nice.
Thanks, AK.
Awesome. Thank you,
great
AK.
Great way to end.
Yeah, good ending. Oh, wait. We got one more.
Do we?
Yep.
A burning desire?
We got a burning desire. Go ahead. Serenity.
Yes, always a burning desire. I love you guys. How is my family doing?
Amazing.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Nat. Congrats on NEM, girl. So proud of you.
Thank you.
That's a big milestone. And
God is
I know
good.
that you will make the most of it. I already know. So I'm super excited for you and this year and to see where it goes for you.
Thank you.
The share. Oh, man. So you said a couple things that kind of hit me. And for me, my story was like a little different. I'm a late bloomer in this. I just started coming in the rooms a little bit over a year ago. And that year looks very different. I'm very grateful. I'm a very grateful recovering addict today. And today for me is 8 months and 19 days free from fentanyl use.
Get it.
And, you know, I didn't even think I could go like 2 days without. And it was literally the second drug I'd ever tried. And I didn't know even what I was doing, to be honest with you. And I got sucked in for like 6 months. And, you know, for me, like we all say, like the common denominator is that everyone in this world is suffering from something. And for me, it was grief and it was loss because I had lost both my parents and I'm an only child. And so it hit really hard for me. And I wanted that escape. And, you know, these seasons that we go through and this growth that we go through and this journey is amazing because, you know, I did die 3 times and I came back. And that just hits different. You know, when you go through those experiences, and it's a sad place to be when you feel alone and you feel like you're not seen and you're not heard and you're not. But that's what I always say that I love about this community that we have built. You know, this family. For all you newcomers, like, please keep coming back. Like, whatever you're feeling, however you're feeling, come as you are. There's no judgment here. We really are united on this front and we all understand each other. We are from all different walks of life. And whether you are using a step program, not using a step program, like we're all here to like support each other. And I love that because that is really the mission. And Chad and Shane and Nat have done an amazing job with always being there for us for these Tuesday nights, which I love. You know, they're in this for reals, you guys, and they care about you and they love you and they take this serious because we are trying to save lives. So I just want, sorry, my son was calling me right now. I know I only have a couple seconds left, but I just want to let everybody know to just never give up, keep going. It really is one day at a time. This life is beautiful. You can do it. You are worth it. And it really is. If a day is too long for you, take it 1 minute at a time. But just know that you aren't alone and that we're always here for you. I got nothing but love for everybody. And like I said, the great share tonight, dude. Thanks for being open, honest, and transparent because that takes a lot of courage. So be proud of yourself, bud.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Amen.
What did the person right there? Let's read that. Observe.
That was I believe her name was Melissa. Melissa, we are here for you. Whatever you need, you can DM us, call us, let us know what you need. We're here to help you in any way we can.
For sure.
All right, guys. Heavy. Let's close it out.
Thank you very much for incredible lead. Thank you to everybody that shows up every single Tuesday.
And bro,
everything.
you get to experience something that only this we're the
That's what
only
Chad
median
says.
guys. So if everybody get your cameras on.
We let him think this, you guys.
Yeah, we're the
all
only
in on
ones. We are the only ones. Turn your cameras on because we are getting ready for some moves here.
Yeah.
We move around here.
Oh yeah.
Like we
Don't
do
worry,
some
it's
shit.
Like a hot second.
All right, guys, everybody, hands in the air. Hands in the air.
Like you just don't care.
I don't know if our guy Emily's
wait,
not
do you know how
here.
to do it,
Oh.
Lewis, don't play. There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ah.
God.
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Shane, the courage to change the things I can myself,
and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Love you guys.